Chapter 5, we are going to talk about quadrilaterals and polygons. 也就是我们讲的四边形和多边形。So, a quadrilaterals, it is a polygon which has 4 sides, 4 vertices, and 2 diagonals. So, the diagonal is the line which connect 2 opposite interior angles. So, here is the 2 opposite interior angle, and this is another 2 opposite interior angles. For polygons, we always name it according to the number of its sides. So, for example, like this one, it has total 5 sides, so we call it as pentagon. So this one has 6 sides, so we call it as hexagon. So this is heptagon, octagon, nonagon, and decagon. 所以说四边形就是有4个边，然后呢有4个顶点，还有就是2条对角线。然后呢多边形呢，我们通常都是会以它有多少个边来命名。So for polygons, there is a thing we call it as regular polygon. So a regular polygon means that all of its sides are in the same length, and their interior angles are also equal. 所以正多边形的意思就是讲说呢，它所有的边长都是一样长，然后它里面所有的内角的大小都是相同的。So now we are going to look at the relationship between quadrilaterals and their properties. So, a quadrilaterals, as I said, it is a polygon with 4 sides. So which means that any kind of shape, as long as it has 4 sides, then we can consider it as a quadrilateral. So here, the first one we are going to look at is parallelogram. So a parallelogram is a quadrilateral with 2 pairs of equal and parallel opposite sides. So which means that these 2 sides are in equal and these 2 are in equal, and they are parallel to each other. So these 2 parallel to each other, these 2 parallel to each other. And the property of parallelogram is that their opposite angles are equal. So which means that this angle and this angle are equal, and this angle and this angle will be equal. So for the diagonals are not in equal, but their diagonals are going to bisect each other. So like this. So the second one we are going to look at is kite. So a kite is a quadrilateral with 2 pairs of same adjacent sides. So which means that these 2 sides are equal in length and these 2 sides are unequal. So its property is that their diagonals are perpendicular, which means that there is a 90 degree here and they have 1 pair of same angles. So these 2 angles are the same and these 2 are not the same. But these 2 angles which is not the same, they bisected by its diagonal. Next, the third one we are going to look at is trapezium. So a trapezium is a quadrilateral with only 1 pair of parallel opposite sides. So which means that these 2 sides are parallel. And for trapezium, there is another, we call it as isosceles trapezium. So isosceles trapezium, first, it also has a parallel opposite sides. Besides, its base angles are equal. So which means that these 2 angles are equal and these 2 angles are unequal. And the diagonals are equal. So which means that this line and this line, their length are equal. So now we are going to focus on the parallelogram. So parallelogram, we can divide it into 2 types. One is rhombus. So rhombus is a parallelogram with all 4 equal sides. Before that, you have to know that rhombus must have the same property as the parallelogram, which means that these two opposite sides are in parallel and these two are in parallel. And it says that rhombus has all four equal sides, so which means that this 4 is in equal. And the property of rhombus is that its opposite angles are in equal, so these two angles are in equal and these two angles are in equal. And their diagonals are not equal, but their diagonals are going to bisect each other perpendicularly. So there is a right angle here, and the diagonals will bisect its angle. So which means that these two angles are going to bisect by these diagonals, and these two angles are going to bisect by this diagonal. And another one which divided from the parallelogram is rectangle. So rectangle is a parallelogram with all four right angles. And the same thing, you have to know that rectangle must have the same property as parallelogram. So these two sides will be parallel and these two sides will be parallel. And it says the rectangle has four right angles, so all the interior angle of the rectangle is 90 degrees. And the property of rectangle is that its opposite sides are equal, so this side and this side will be equal in length, and these two will be in equal, and their diagonals are in equal as well. These two diagonals are in equal and they also bisect each other into equal parts, so which means that the diagonals are going to bisect each other into the same length. So now the last one we are going to look at is a combination of rhombus and rectangle. So it is square. So a square is a parallelogram with all four equal sides and four right angles. So which means that four equal sides is from rhombus, four right angle is from rectangle. So the first thing, same, you have to know is that these two sides are parallel and these two sides are in parallel. And the square has four equal sides and four right angle. So the property of square is that their diagonals are equal, which means that these two diagonals are going to bisect each other into equal parts. So these are going to be equal, and also the diagonals will bisect each other perpendicularly. So there is a right angle here, and the diagonals are going to bisect its interior angle. So which means that, for example, the interior angle of this square is right angle, right? So it's 90 degrees. So these 90 degrees are going to be bisect by the diagonals, which means that the 90 degrees are going to be separated into two 45 degrees. Okay, so this is the relationship between the quadrilaterals, and make sure that you remember all of the properties of each of them, because while you are solving the questions in your exercise book, you will need to know each of the properties so that you know how to solve it. So the last part of this chapter is about some calculation of the polygon. So the first one is the sum of the interior angles of a polygon. So the n here represent the number of sides. So for example, there is a pentagon. So pentagon, we know that it has 5 sides. So while you are doing the calculation, you have to write it as 5 minus 2 times 180 degrees. So you will get 3 times 180 degree, and you will get 540 degree. So the total interior angles of a pentagon will be 540 degree. So the second calculation is about the sum of exterior angles. So exterior angles for any kind of polygon are the same. So it will be 360 degree. So which means that no matter it is a pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, all of them, they have the same exterior angles, which is 360 degree. And the last one is about the number of sides. Okay, so for this one is the number of sides of regular polygon. So you have to know that this one is for the regular polygon. Okay, so it is 360 degree divide each exterior angles. So for example, like we use the example of the pentagon. So as we know that pentagon, okay, like this. So the total of interior angles is 540 degree. For regular polygon, the interior angles are all equal. So there is total 5 interior angles. So you must take 540 degree divide 5. So you will get 108 degree. So which means that each of the interior angle here is 108 degree. So this one is 108 degree. This one is 108 degree. This is also the same. If the interior angles of each is 108 degree, which means that its exterior angles of each will be, we are going to take 180 degree minus its interior angle. So we will get 72 degree. So for the pentagon, its exterior angle is 72 degree. So when I want to calculate the number of its sides, I need to take 360 degree divided its exterior angle, which is 72 degree. Then I'll get 5. So which means that for pentagon, it has total 5 sides. Okay, that's all for this chapter. Please remember to complete the exercise in your mathematics book, and if you still have any questions or any misunderstanding, please don't hesitate to ask me anytime, okay?